Okay. This is going to be interesting. Okay, we were just actually live. It's so funny. I am Hillary here in Ontario, Canada. Teresa, let's see if you can hear you. And that is Teresa in live in Barbados. Now, Teresa's going to try tonight to get her camera fixed. We have the captions going. I'm not sure how big they are, if you guys can even see them. Hopefully you can. Anyways, she's going to try to get her microphone working so that certain people by the name of Rudy and Victor don't hassle her tonight. So Nicolette's in the audience trying to, and she's going to let us know whether or not she can hear Teresa. Teresa's going to try 3 different levels and see if she can be heard. If not, we're going to keep figuring this out. Every week we keep getting better and better, and hopefully at some point we will get back to where we were before. We were complaining before saying that we had a free ride and things were working perfectly, but we kept going in and out. And then we started paying for things and things went left. And now I don't even know where we are right now. We're still trying to figure it out. Anyhow, tonight's yeah, I can't hear you at all. 0. So try the other one and see if the other one allows you to be heard. Say it again. Okay. Let's see, find out if Nicolette can hear you on that one that you just spoken, okay? So tonight's episode is talking about social media. And, where's that line? Things that you say personally on social media, should that affect your business, your professional life? And we've had a lot of examples of different celebrities putting their foot in their mouth or having things come back from years and years and years ago and being used against them, or being, them being punished. We also have, the private citizens who've had the same things happen. But do you think that it's fair to use what's happening in your social media as a consequence in your professional life? Or is it justice? Let's get the chat. Let's get the chat going. Teresa, I can hear you. What did Nicolette say?
She hasn't responded as of yet.
Okay, so, but you don't know if the other one, she could hear you. Nicolette, you gotta let us know whether or not you could hear Teresa. Nicole, let us know if you can hear Teresa. She's not responding. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know. She's not responding at all. I don't know what that means. Can she hear any of us? Why am I not calling? Okay, well, let's just go. Teresa, you have 10 items that I'm not sure why Nicole is not responding. Let me just message real quick. Hey, can you hear us? We need to know if you can hear Nicole.
She said a little bit.
A little bit? Okay. So how about the other ones? She had 2 different levels. Try the other 2 on Teresa before we go on.
Okay, we'll go back into the phone thing. I'm on high. And
Can you hear it?
on medium.
Wait, hold on. You gotta let her do one at a time, separately.
Yeah, I was on high before, and I'm medium now.
So Nicolette, can you hear her now? The same? Can you go high, Teresa? Did you change the different ones?
Yeah, I'm changing it, the audio profile.
Okay, change it. Okay, so let's.
Sounds music. So can you hear me now?
Can you hear her now, Nicolette?
I have the stereo, the echo cancellation, and the high fidelity music on. Can you hear me,
Okay.
Nicolette?
Let's start with the top the 10. Yeah, but the same.
You said the same.
Okay, we don't know. Anyways, let's go on with the show, Teresa.
Okay. Well, Henry, you have to be my mouthpiece so that
I
one
will.
you can hear. So with our social media professionalism, the five rules that they're saying. The first one is do be aware of your privacy settings. Okay?
So be aware of your privacy settings. So basically, you know, do you really want your boss to see it? Do you want your coworkers to see it? And are you comfortable, you know, with your mom seeing it? I think that what happens to a lot of us is that we have this thinking that whatever I do in my personal life or my personal time should not be a consequence or should not be a discussion for my boss. Unfortunately, that's wrong. What do you think, Teresa? Do you think it should be?
I think with certain professions,
Mm-hmm.
people tend to shy away from something. And I can understand that because it's like I said, if you're a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to have the posting pictures, especially when you being at a strip club, because it's gonna put you in the how should I say they're gonna put you in a they're gonna look at you as a certain character.
If I'm a doctor and I go to the strip club, why?
But this is what I'm saying. We're talking about your social life, your own life,
Mm-hmm.
your personal business, your professional business.
Okay.
So in advertising and making everything public, putting everything out there, what you do behind closed doors, will affect your customers, your clients, etc.
But if I'm a doctor, hold on. If I'm a doctor and I want to go to the strip club, hey Rudy, how you doing? Uh-oh, here comes Rudy. She said it's really low. So let's say I'm a doctor and I want to go to the strip club. What are you saying? I can't go to the strip club?
But when your clients see you and when your patients see you at a strip club, what are they going to think?
Who cares? I'm at the strip club.
That's what we're discussing.
Wait, hold on. If I'm at the strip club and my clients see me at the strip club, doesn't that mean they're at the strip club too?
Yeah, but their profession is not yours.
So I can't have a life?
What the topic is.
Listen, I get what you're saying, but you're trying to say to me that if I'm at the strip club and someone take a video of me and put it on my social media, my personal social media, and I'm a doctor.
You're a gynecologist.
Yeah.
And you're at a strip club. We're going to look for clients so you can get more business.
But wait a minute. Me as a person, I cannot.
This is society.
Wait. You're saying that me as a person cannot go to the strip club?
You can go to the strip club.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about separating our social life and professional life.
So this is right. So I'm okay. It's my personal Instagram, for example. My personal Instagram. I don't even have the word doctor on there. Okay, and hold on. And my boys decided, they're gonna take me out tonight to celebrate my birthday, and they take me to a strip club. And there's a video going on. I'm having a good time. And then, it's posted on my post. You're telling me I should lose my job because I went to a strip club?
No, I'm not telling you that. But we are discussing, what are we discussing? The social life and professional life. If you have to separate it.
Right.
Your personal life is your personal life. When you go into the office, that's your work life.
Yeah, but what we're discussing tonight, Teresa, is does your personal social media, does that affect your professional life? That's what we're discussing.
Yes, with the they tend to judge you by that.
But
But I don't
should there be
think so.
consequences to the point where I lose my job because they've decided that they don't like what they see on my personal page? What do you want my personal page for anyways if you don't like it?
That is the society we live in.
So let's talk about some stars.
Some scenarios that we could
Yeah,
have.
let's talk about some stars who lost my Rudy said it's called ethics and compliance. I agree, that's true. But let's talk about some stars because I think every situation is different. Because if I'm having a bachelor party or something like that, it doesn't matter if I'm a doctor or whatever, and it just happens to be on social media. I don't think there should be consequence for something like that. It's that's normal, quote unquote. Nick Cannon, for example, he got fired in 2020, July 2020, after making anti-Semitic remarks on his Cannon Class podcast. That's and he said that black people can't be anti-Semitic when they are the people. And also he stated that white people are less than black people due to lack of melanin. I know he said all of that now. Like, wow. Way to put your foot in your mouth. So he got fired for that. Do you agree with him being fired for that?
Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm. And so they said that he promoted a hateful speech and and spread these conspiracy theories. So I mean, he later apologized, to the Jewish community and to his fans and family.
Why did he have to apologize? Why did he apologize then? Because he's thinking he was wrong, or because he apologized?
Well, that's you never, and this is the point. This is the part.
Said,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
Yeah, this is the part that so Rudy said his job has the same thing. This is the part that I don't understand, and maybe this is where I have a problem. When people say things on their personal social media and it affects their job, and then they apologize, are they being authentic in the apology? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's where have a problem. That's where I have a problem because if you were sorry, you wouldn't have said it, right? And maybe you don't know better. Let's go with the you don't know better. There's that, right? You don't know any better, but I just have a problem with the apology. Is it real? Is it authentic? Do they even know why they're apologizing?
I think when they depend on your work,
Mm-hmm.
especially let's go to the entertainment industry for one.
Yeah.
Depending on if I can say who pays you, who
Mm-hmm.
pays the bill,
Yeah.
he goes, okay, at the end of the day, if I don't do X because of what I said, I will be fired.
Yeah.
People stand up and say, you know what, well, fire me then because what I said, I'm not incorrect in saying it.
Mm.
And then some people go back and say, okay, I apologize. But
Mm.
then they apologize, they're like, kind of stepping back from what they believe.
Right, their authentic self. Is it their authentic self though, or is it that they just don't know no better?
So that's not knowing any better.
I don't know. And this is the part. This is the part that it's really tricky because now the person's apologizing. What does that really mean? So we had a couple other people. There's Rosenbart. She made that statement that black women who served former President Barack Obama, she referred to them to Barr as Barr referred to the Planet of the Apes when mocking one of the I don't let's get a couple of things straight.
There's not
that's, again, when it comes to the racial remarks, I don't know if the person's authentic in their apology. I'm sorry. And I can understand when racial remarks are made, or sexist, or you know, genderized. Those kind of remarks, I can understand why they would be an effect on your job. However, comedians, how far is too far? You know,
Comedian?
comedians, do we go back to 19?
Learning to that?
Wait, hold on. Do we go back to like Raw with Eddie Murphy? Do we go all the way back when he was making comments about homosexuals and punish him? You know, do we do that? I think when it comes to the comedians, like, do we have a little bit of lax for them, or are we punishing them for their art form that we all laughed at, you know, because we didn't know any better, or because
That's the thing.
society has changed, right? We can agree on that,
We will laugh at something depending on what second it's in,
right?
but then when we change the environment,
Mm-hmm.
instead of outside or
Mm-hmm.
entertain then it's something different. We tend to look at it differently. We tend to step back and like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like races discussing things within each other, among each other,
Right.
and calling one another different names and stuff. Things that that other people don't like to hear other people call them
Mm-hmm.
or call us. And then someone from a different race is in the crowd, and all of us are joking around. Then they make one of those same comments.
Yeah.
It isn't a joke anymore,
Right.
and everything just comes to a blunt halt. It's like, what did he or she just say?
Right.
No, we can say that about ourselves, but you can't say that to us.
Right. Right.
You say to us, right? So
Mm-hmm. And you know what's
where do we draw the line?
you know what's interesting now is, has society changed, or has social media been an open door to our inner thoughts, and or bedrooms and bathrooms and kitchens and everything else? Rudy said I can't even say any I can't wait, hold on. I can't even say certain words or post certain things on my page. Some coworker might see it and get offended. I could get fired for that. Comedians can't say or talk about certain religions or groups these days. That's true. But then they have some comedians that just don't care. They see it as an art form, and they're up there doing, as they say, their job. You're doing your job and I'm doing my job. My job is to make you laugh.
That's how they get paid.
That's how they get paid. And so how far is too far? Where's that line? So I guess, as you said before, each profession, it determines, but I still have a problem with the apology. I'm sorry, I have a problem with the apology, because are you apologizing because you really want to, because you're forced to, because your job is on the line, because the consequences are so great that you feel pushed into a corner? Or are you apologizing because you really didn't know, and now you really want to own your mistake? What's the next one, Teresa?
Okay. Create an alias profile if absolutely necessary. In other words, hide behind this please. Don't really say it's you. For your business profile, follow social media professionalism, posting content related to the business. Do not publish personal commentaries and rant, and keep things as objective as you can.
So let me ask you a question, Teresa. When do you think social media went from fun and playful to a more, everything I say on here can I was about to say the F word. That was can mess up my career, my life. Can make assumptions about who I am as an individual, because, as I said, there are some people that just don't know any better. They just have a lived experience or environmental situation where that's their environment and that's how they were raised, and they really don't know any better because everyone around them thinks like them. So, when did social media change? Because before it was like this fun place, this crazy little place you can go and, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. And it wasn't too risque. And then all of a sudden you see this backdoor start happening on Instagram and everywhere else. And actually the first social media.
Everyone started to get accustomed to social media.
Yeah.
You know, social media.
I think when the, hold on. I think
Person.
when the businesses started going on to social media is when the lines started getting blurred. Because before, businesses would not mess around with Instagram. You know, they didn't care about Instagram. Forget about TikTok or Snapchat. They didn't care about that. They saw that as teenage stuff or, you know, playful stuff. They didn't take it seriously. But I think when Instagram migrated with Facebook as well as started getting
Even before that,
right, it started getting more attention.
business.
Yeah, it started getting more attention from businesses because they realized that people only need about 3 seconds to be, you know, to be convinced. It's pretty sad, but anyways, 3 seconds to be convinced about something. That's when I think a lot of businesses went over and migrated to Instagram, and Instagram gets more attention now to these days than Facebook, Twitter, or even LinkedIn, right? And that's where most of the businesses were. The businesses were on LinkedIn, and now you have people on LinkedIn linking you to their Instagram pages, right?
But LinkedIn has, if I can say, LinkedIn is the only social platform that has kept
Maintain, yeah.
information.
And I think that's because of the culture. The culture there is very, very adamant about maintaining that professional side. And they will actually say it to you if they see something that's a little bit too social. They will say, hey, this is not for that. This is for business. If you want to go social, go over to Facebook or TikTok or wherever you want to go, but get off of here. And people will come after you on LinkedIn for doing that. So that's the one thing you can say. They're like the Volkswagens or Volvos of the car industry. They have not changed. Okay, next one, Teresa.
Do showcase your unique interests and skills. So some of the things employees and recruiters look for when researching potential candidates on social media are the groups that you're in.
Mm,
So if you're going to go for a job, say as a therapist,
yeah.
that company is going to go and look at your, because they do ask you in the interviews if you're on social media. And I know that the one interview I went to, and I was asked if I'm on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I was being asked that question, and my name was being typed in before I could answer. And when I answered, the laptop was saying to me, "Is this you?" And I didn't know that.
Wow.
Had my full name, but it wasn't me because I
Yeah.
didn't have my name as, you know, my full name. I had my real name on social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when I went to my business, I used my correct information, and you could go on there and see. And that's when I started doing ads on Facebook. Instagram wasn't up on that, it was just Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do go and check you out on
Mm-hmm.
these social platforms.
Rudy says it's all started when these social media platforms started having advertisers on their sites. I agree. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So bring that
after
business
that went to
piece.
the ads,
Yeah, the business piece came
platform,
in.
and the demographic. They also ask you, you know, which age group you want to target.
You see,
And I guess that's really good too.
yeah, businesses realize they can make money from Instagram. Because at the end of the day, the biggest consumers are young people. They spend money like before they even make it, right? So businesses were smart and they went exactly where they are, the cesspool of you know of teen life and so let me ask you a question. Do you think that something I said though 20 years ago when I didn't know any better or it's 20 years, so I've now have more experience, more education, more understanding. Should I be consequenced or punished for something I said 20 years ago?
I will say no, but it's like what they say, once it's on the internet, it can always be pulled up.
Yeah.
And there are people that will go and pull things back up because when you're in school
Mm-hmm.
and you have a disagreement with one of your classmates, and then you start fighting or whatever, or you go to a party
Hi,
and
Petra. Yeah, go on.
you go to a party and you're enjoying yourself, and they just call it you're walking up and
Lucky
you
now.
you you
Oh,
you
Barbados, July
you're at the
28th.
party.
We will be in Barbados live from
If
from
you were
Folkestone.
there,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to go to the job interview and you have to be this more professional person with collar
Mm.
and tie,
Yeah.
or if like your case you're a counselor
Mm-hmm.
and you're counseling people about stuff and about they say you're in your age and stuff like that. But yeah, so you're drinking. You're not drinking to get drunk and catch sprout and behave rude and that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, you're counseling someone because of drug addiction, say alcohol,
Okay.
and you're telling them, the do's and don'ts. But yet, still you as this counselor, they see you doing this and you're having a good time. You might have it under control, but they're like, what is it? She's telling me I don't need alcohol to do this. But yet, still she's out and she's having this, what we call a social drink. You might be in control of yourself after one glass of wine, but who you're counseling may not. But they're not going to see that part. They're going to see the part as this. My counselor is socializing. She has a glass of wine. What should she have all the fun?
Well, counselors and therapists are two different things. I'm not a therapist, so But what? Well, listen. I think that we have to be very careful when it comes to, and that's why I don't really put anything on social media. If you look at my social media, it is built around my business and around my keynote speaking, as well as my book. And there's not much personal on there. I might share some accomplishments of my children, but again, that's all part of self-confidence, self-worth, understanding and loving, appreciating who you are, and embracing your flaws. So that's what my social media merits. I'm not a very public person. I'm a very private individual, and so social media is not really a place where I hang out or really do much on. You might see me like, and sometimes you might see me like something or quote or whatever. It's probably not me. It's probably Nicole, you know. So I think that we have to be careful about punishing every single thing and being a little bit too oversensitive. I can understand stuff that harms others, but when it's a person being their authentic self, we got to be careful. I think, my opinion only. Punishing a person that said something 20 or 40 years ago, I don't know about the saying thing. The doing is a little bit different. Depends on how severe it is. But we've come so far in history, and if we go back and punish every single thing that everyone did, we will be punishing people forever. There's so much stuff that we all have done that would be frowned upon in today's society. So we have to be very, very careful when we are ready to point fingers. Because you know what they say about that thing about pointing fingers? You point one at someone and I got four pointing back at you. Next one, Teresa.
Okay. Um, make grammar appropriate as a do, and they also mention about hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have something you want to say, and to get more viewers on it, you just go hashtag love, hashtag self, that type of stuff. And
You know what I
that
just
is what you
realized?
want to people.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. You know what I just...
Better?
I can hear you. I will always hear you because I'm in studio with you. I don't know about Nicole. Can you hear Teresa? Now, you know what I just realized? I just realized that Instagram is applying the same standards as LinkedIn. They are business standards. So business standards are being applied to a social platform. So that's why a lot of trip up are happening, because there's a lot of mistakes that happen on Facebook. We don't hear about them. We don't, because Facebook has maintained that, yeah, it might be a place for business, but you don't really get much business from Facebook. Let's be honest. Facebook is a very much of a social place. A lot of social networking does happen on Facebook, but it's not as business oriented as Instagram. And so it's gone from social, although you use a lot of pictures, but you know how I see it? I see Instagram as one big infographic. And if you know what an infographic is, it's basically a business page using photos. It's selling information using photo or graphs, something a little bit more simplistic so you can understand exactly what's being said, but very quickly, right? So that's where yeah. Next one, Teresa.
Okay. There have to say no, so those two say and with each other. So that's one
Yeah,
thing
that's true.
we're supposed to do. Now we're gonna do the don't of social media.
Oh, wait a minute. She said yes. So Nicolette, you can hear Teresa now?
You can hear me now?
I think so. She said yes. Let's just see.
Are you
Oh,
doing anything different?
wait, hold on. Nicolette, can you hear Teresa?
Can Rudy and Petra hear me?
Can Rudy and Petra, can you hear Teresa? I'm going to read what Rudy said regarding the subject tonight. He said, Hillary, but some potential employers can use something from the past against you. I don't disagree. I do agree that they can use it, and they do use it against you. I'm just telling you my personal opinion that after 40 years, and I said something, she goes, I can hear better than before. Wow.
Great.
All right, Teresa, you're back online, girl. So, yeah, I do agree that I can, but she still sounds far away. Rudy said he can hear you, but you still sound far away. So maybe come closer to the mic. Yeah.
I had the mic plugged out. I plugged it out.
You plugged it out? Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I give up. We're working on Podbean, trying to get Podbean going, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I agree, Rudy, that potential employers can use something from the past against you. I do agree with that, and they do that, by the way. However, my personal opinion is that after 40 years of a person saying something when they're in their 20s and now they're in their 60s, they've grown. Hopefully, they've grown. And if we were to continuously punish every single person for something they said 40, 50, 60 years ago, 30 years ago, we will be punishing every single person because there's something that you've said. And when I say you, I mean every single person on this earth has said something a day ago that they've changed their mind about. Because we all grow whether we like it or not, we're re-educated every single day. We grow every single day. And so we have to, as a society, determine how sensitive we want to be about every single thing that's said. Now, when it comes to hatred and stuff that's causing pain or destruction, I'm different on that one, because unless you're re-educated and regenerated, your mind is the same, bro. I see people say, oh, I didn't mean to say the N-word in public. So you can hear, you know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit different, but I'm talking, when I say these things, I'm talking about things where a person would have called a person in a homosexual manner a different word, because that was the accepted culture back then or whatever, and they've changed over the years and realized what they've done was wrong. They've apologized for it and moved on and try to help certain communities or whatever, that person should not now then be taken and thrown back into that history, because that is a history that they've rebuilt and restructured and try to move on from there. We have to start somewhere. If we keep nitpicking at every single thing, we will never advance and we will never change. That's my point.
That's true. Rudy has a comment here.
Oh Lord, he's gonna get Teresa a bamboo tube. I can't.
No?
You're gonna get a bamboo tube. Hey Rudy.
Get that fruit. Then you go for it.
Rudy, when you go down to Barbados, you would get our bamboo tube. You know what would be funny? If he showed up on the show with a bamboo tube.
Oh my God. Don't encourage us, Rudy. Don't encourage us.
Okay, is there one more? Is there one more?
No, we're going into the don'ts now.
Okay, let's go to
Don'ts
notes.
of social media professionalism.
He said yeah.
As a professional, ensuring proper social media ethics can lead you down the path of employment. And that's what Hillary was talking before in one of the scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
And there was the other one you mentioned.
Roseanne Barr.
Rosenbar. Those were the two that she was speaking of. But don't post inappropriate photos, because things, as she said, you can go back and they can look at the visuals are picked up by Google Images and displayed in search results. All of it is just take the right keyword or your negative comment, and your negative comment will be found online.
Yes.
So if you go and post something, it could be a tree, and you're describing this tree in a different way than the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Or the bamboo is made about the bamboo. Then what happens?
Mm.
Someone will just go for type in bamboo to get bamboo straw, something natural.
So let's talk about a little bit about when we get it wrong. Social media and society. Johnny Depp. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Here we are, we punished him, we kicked him out, called him all kind of names and everything, and then the trial happens and we were like, wait a minute, something else is going on here, right? Some people still was on her side and some people were still on his side and some people jumped ship and whatever. And at the end of the day, we don't really know what really 100% happened. We know what we saw, we know what we heard, we know what we assumed, but we don't know 100%. But however, it played in that piece where, what if we got it wrong, right? We've now chastised a person, traumatized them, and created a mental health issue for them that was probably not on their table before.
How do you say that? That's another side of it too,
Mm-hmm.
The things that we put on people.
Yep.
Done maliciously or done without knowing all the facts.
Mm-hmm. Assumptions is the word you're looking for. Assumption.
Yeah, assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put that person into a mental state.
Yep.
So that's
Because we do know that a lot of people have committed suicide based on social media and things that were said about them and on how they were treated or bullied on social media. It's a very, very serious thing. It's actually a crime, by the way. So you might want to be careful attacking people. But when we get it wrong, what happens to that person? What happens to the situation? And why is it blown over so quickly? Why is it not discussed? And that's why I said we have to be very careful when giving an opinion about, and bringing that into professionalism, creating a consequence, because without knowing the facts, we have to at least allow people. I mean, we live in a democratic society, supposedly, in North America and in the Western world. Most of the Western world, I should say, we're supposed to be able to innocent until proven guilty, right? But with social media, I find that we're really quick to be guilty real quick. If it sounds good, if it can be a trend, what's trending now? Yeah. And we forget the most important piece, humanity. You know, how far is too far? How far is too far? And that's why I say it's very easy to judge a person based on their social media activity. But how much is them, and how much is a fantasy or just fun? How much is too much? And again, I'm not talking about the ones that preach hate or sexism or racism or any of the isms. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a person that's just having a good old time. I think there was one a cop that was dancing, and she was just doing her little dance thing, and she got fired for that. We got to be careful when it comes to how much is too much, and also the reaction from social media to these people. Why do we now get to judge them? You understand? And again, I'm not talking about the ones that have caused physical or emotional damage. I'm talking about people doing certain things in their personal life that has nothing to do with their professional, and they're being punished and given consequence for it. And I get it. I understand that they're a reflection of your company. But if they're a reflection of your company, how do you know that anyone knows that they work there? Because you're on their social media. You're following them. You're looking, right? So I don't have a problem with, separating the two, etc., etc. But I think there has to be a line. You got to be careful. Sorry?
I think there should be a time and place.
Time and place. And also, too, you have to be careful about the reaction. Because once you have something trending on social media, man, everybody jumps on the bandwagon. Everybody jumps on there. And they're saying these most hateful and painful and, very, very, very opinionated. And it's not criticism for help. It's criticism for harm. And I don't know why we don't see that as violence. It is violence, by the way. And so how can you talk about a person doing something and then create violence around it, to speak on it, and make your violence now correct? I don't get it, but that's just me. Anyways, next one.
So what as you were speaking, you talking about opinions, so that's what they're saying here. Don't post content that's overly opinionated. Unless your brand is directly related to your religion or the politics you're trying to refrain from posting something out there. So you're trying to keep out the religious and political issues.
So
From that, it can tell saying that you're favoring one side over the other, and depending on what field of work you're in, you will be scrutinized from those comments.
well, I'm an activist for partner violence and for human trafficking. I am going to post my beliefs on that. And if anyone has a problem with that, they can write me. Okay? I'm going to comment on people that speak against or practice violence. I will say something. I will not stay silent for that kind of stuff, because when you stay silent, you too are being violent. So that's my belief.
You're agreeing to what's happening.
Exactly. So and that's why I said you have to be careful. You cannot, you can tell me, oh, don't have an opinion on that, et cetera, but I'm not going to listen. What about you, Teresa? When it comes to I don't really get into the politics, right? Because I don't get into politics per se, but I will get into activism. Yeah. What about you?
I'm similar. If things affect me, especially if it's something that affects children mostly, that's when I don't care who it is, I will speak out.
Yes.
I will join whoever is fighting against whatever is going on children. But
what's happening is I have a person keeps walking in. You see, this is why you don't have a green screen. My green. Oh, I'm waiting on a stand to come from my green screen. That's why I'm not green screened.
Okay.
And my son was walking in the background, about to go and make dinner and whatever. Anyways, go on.
Alright, so that's my view. That's my view on that one. When it comes to children, I can be mouthpiece for children.
Yeah. Victor is here and he says, "Get it." Stupid. Okay. He says, "Get it."
Oh, the bamboo straw?
I guess so. I guess he means the bamboo. Yes, he means the bamboo.
Yeah.
Get it.
Then I missed a bit.
Yes.
Okay, we have
That's what he
one
means.
here. Don't like and follow. Don't like and follow the controversial. These things may be tempting for us to like, follow, and subscribe, but the controversial celebrities and characters,
Mm-hmm.
some of these things may include controversial music, controversial groups.
Oh, what do you think about that? What do you? Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Here's a devil advocate. Here's a devil advocate question for the audience, the people in chat, and for Teresa. Here we go. Do not write me. No, do write me. I don't care. The N-word. Rap music. Is everyone allowed to say the N-word when they're singing it? And hold on, here's the other part. If they do, right? If they do, can they post it on social media? And if they post it on social media, do they face a consequence? That's my question. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know.
Social media, then what?
So there's rap music that use the N-word, and let's say I am not of the black culture and I love this rap music and I love this particular rapper and I'm singing his song and I say the N-word and it's on social media. Should I be reprimanded?
When a different race starts singing it, and this was like not in 20th century before, when a different race starts singing it and saying it, it was like, you're not allowed to say that. You're not within our circle, so
Yeah.
you're not allowed to say it. Nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
everyone sings it.
So if a person that's not the black race, and again that word is very fine line because it's the A and the E and the R. Those are two different words. But let's say now I'm not from the race and the culture, and I'm rapping, I'm singing the rap song, and I say the word, and I'm caught on social media. Should I be reprimanded? Should I?
Pause.
She's like, I'm not touching that one. Let me read what's going on in the chat here. It says, Rudy said, "Hey Vic smile, sup Rudy, late for the party." Rudy says, "I'm going to cut down piece of I guess bamboo she backyard." Victor says, Victor says, Naja means king in it. Niggas means king in it. Nope, that depends on how you say it. The ER means incompetent ass. That's what the ER means. But anyways, is anyone allowed to say the N-word? If they do, can they put it on social media? That's what I want to know. That's my question that I've had wrapped around my head. And I want to know when is that line crossed, and is that line... My son the other day, let me tell you a story, my quick story, because we're running out of time, but my son the other day, he was in his car and he was playing his music or whatever, and he heard a song, and it had the N-words all in there and everything like that. And when he pulled up, it was a white guy. And when the white guy saw him, he rolled up the window and turned on the music. So I'm saying, now, let's say that guy was, just happened to be caught on social media singing that. Should he be reprimanded?
No, because he's singing it and he's in his own space.
Yeah.
Not saying it.
Mm.
It's him enjoying the music that's out there.
Yeah.
However,
Uh-huh.
him walking and saying to your son, and he started conversing with your son and say, okay, I like this music, and he gives your son a thought for calling him the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
Your son will be like, say what now? I just put it, say what now? What you just told me?
Well, I think we should put this one. I think we should put this one on our social media. Nicole, put this one up on our social media platform. That question, as well as put it on our YouTube, and let's hear what people have to say about that particular question, because I think it's one of those ones that's like there's so many yes and no's to that, and some people maybes and whatever. Rudy said sometimes freedom of speech comes into play sometimes. Rudy said, I personally don't use the word, and I am against anyone that uses it, any type of format. Victor says, the guy might have a black parent, so maybe he got a black card to pass. Maybe he is a tea time cookie. Oh, God.
I told you to read it first. Or you didn't listen.
I hope the rest of the world don't know. I hope only Barbados knows what that means. Oh, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, Teresa. But Nicole, put that up on our social media. Put it on Instagram. Put it on Twitter as a question, and put it on TikTok as well as YouTube. Put it up. That's the question. If a person is singing the song, is singing a rap song, and the N word comes up, and they keep singing, and it just happens to come on social media, them video or whatever, should they face a consequence? That's it. Rudy said Vic is killing him. And Vic needs a good slap, but whatever. He needs that bamboo. He needs to get the Thailand bamboo king, because I don't know what you're doing right now. It's too much. Anyways, let's wrap it up. What is your opinion, Teresa?
There is freedom of speech, but
Yeah.
there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
There is a time and place for everything.
My thing is, if you are brave enough to say it and you're brave enough to put it out there, then you're brave enough to face whatever consequences that come with it. If you don't believe it and you don't want to say it, then shut up. It's just so simple. Again, social media, you got to remember, social media, everybody can see around the world. Everyone can see what your thoughts are. And remember, they're going to assume that whatever you're sharing, you believe. And so if you don't want that to be your story, then don't put it on your story. It's that simple. So keep it light, keep it fun, and have a little bit of freedom of speech, but also use your common sense, which a lot of us lack. A lot of people lack common sense. Teresa, Barbados, yes, July 28th. We met with one of the vendors. What's her name? Yes. What's the magazine?
You can check her out at Good Life. Is her Instagram. Just making sure getting it correct.
Yeah.
You can check her out at Good Life. Let me just punch it in here. The goodlife.tv.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
And she's helping you simplify life and business, and she's helping you to enjoy the good life.
Yep. And
So go on over, check her out, and see if what she's offering.
Are you watching the chat? Are you watching the chat?
She's one of our vendors.
Yes. Rudy says, turn up the bamboo mic.
But he haven't brought it as yet. So how can I turn it up?
I don't know. Yeah, we met with her. She was really lovely. I can't wait to meet her in person. All of the people that are going to be visiting us on the show are all entrepreneurs in Barbados. Small businessman is what we're promoting there. We're promoting the culture and the island of Barbados, the history, as well as the festival that will be happening. Crop Over is the festival that will be going on at the time we're down there. And then the other part of the show will be talking about our sexual lubricant as well as sexuality in Barbados. We will have a couple of other vendors on there trying out some alcohol, some food, a little bit of fun. Some designs and bags. And then we have a lady that's going to be doing our makeup for us that have the more of the festival makeup, kind of a carnival makeup face. Yep, and we will be giving away some prizes on the show. Nicole will be out in the audience, walking around the beach, asking some crazy questions about Barbados. And if you don't know, you are not Bajan enough. You don't get a prize. Okay, so keeping it light, keeping it real, raw, and moist every Saturday here live on YouTube. I am Hillary in Ontario, Canada.
And I'm Teresa in Barbados.
We want to thank all those. Yep, we want to thank all those in the chat. Victa, Petra, and Rudy. Everybody else that's watching, thank you so much for stopping by. Continue the chat. Check out our Instagram or Twitter as well as YouTube and TikTok for that question. When a person is rapping, if that rap music is on and you're not from the same culture and you continue singing and put it on social media and you say the N-word, should you face a consequence? Yes or no? Let us know what you think. Until next Saturday, keep it raw and real. Bye, Teresa.
That's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?